Hello, this is Ralph Moore. Welcome to another session of Beginning Networking 1. And this week we're going to be looking at Chapter 6 for Week 7. And in this chapter, what the assignments are, we're going to have all assignments due by midnight on 10/9. And we're going to read Chapter 6, TCP/IP Utilities and Troubleshooting. And you have a lab to do, which is IPv, configuring IPv6 networking. And just take a print screen and drop that in there. This week's Professor Messer videos are all labeled right here. So there'll be some on cabling, networking devices, advanced networking, and visualization. We're going to have you complete the CompTIA Network Plus exam for routing and switching on Exam Compass. And the link will take you right here. And just go ahead and go through. There's 40 questions and take the quiz. And when you're done, take a print screen and just upload that for me. And then memorizing the ports. So I have this right here that'll help you with the ports. And you just hit play and it'll run through and you can see.
So one of these will display the service name, right button down the.
So it's kind of like electronic flashcards. So Telnet's 23 and then it'll give you another one. So now SMTP, Simple Mail Transfer Protocol, and you have to know what the port is. So if you can guess it before it pops up, then that's good. So like that one's 25. So that's how that works. And then let's see here. So for the reading, we're going to go over the 2-minute drill, but I'm going to do it just a little bit different than I have been doing it. So some of the things that really stand out here were the ARP and the so ARPs, and we're going to talk about common TCP/IP commands. So we're going to go through these and name resolution commands. So there's some of those, TCP/IP utilities, and troubleshooting with TCP/IP utilities, and then the self-test. So of course, here's the total tester. No assignments this week in this, but keep taking those practice tests because they will only help you. And here are the labs. So I think everybody knows how to get into those now. Okay, so for TCP/IP commands, what I wanted to kind of do is just go through and show you some of these this week. So we have ones that are for Windows, and then other ones that are for Linux or Unix and Linux and VMS. So we're going to mostly just focus on the Windows ones, but for the exam, make sure that you study the Unix commands as well. And so the way to kind of work these is you come down to your window, and then you're just going to type in command, and then once that comes up, you'll get a window like this. And let's make this a little bit smaller so we can kind of see this as well. And you can come over here and you can copy those, and then you can come up here and do a Control V, and you can see that it put it in there. So that's your IP config all, and when you run that, it gives you all kinds of things, the name of your machine and your physical address, and if you have DHCP on. So it's just a really good tool to see kind of the state of what's happening with your computer. So there's that one, and I'm going to run all these for you. So if we want to take a look at the DNS cache, and we're going to come back, and again, it's just a Control V once you copied it. So there's all my DNS cache info. So that's probably more than what we wanted to take a look at, but you can see where it's registering the different places that have been gone to. So there's one for Google. So yeah, you can see that. It's a let's see. So yeah. So anyways, this is the information that you get out of that, and it's quite a bit. So we'll just move on, and we'll scroll on down to the next one here, and feel free to run these as well yourself. So we're going to take a look at this release IP. Okay, so let's see where that started at here. Okay, well that one I wasn't able to make it work at this time because I'm using this right now. But anyways, that's what it would look like when it runs. And let's see here. So it gave me my IPv6 address, temporary IPv6 address, default gateway. So there's a lot of information in there too. And we'll just go ahead and run these so you can see what happens. So here's the renew. And no operation could be performed. Let's see. So here's my Wi-Fi adapter. Okay, so scroll up just a little bit here and make this bigger. So no operation can be performed while it has media disconnected. So I had some things disconnected here that it wasn't liking. But anyways, that's how you would run that command. And here you can see my connection types specific for the DNS. So that's pretty cool. All right. So let's take a look at this one. Re-register the DNS. So we'll go ahead and run this one and see what this does for us. Okay. Yeah, we're going to leave that one alone. So moving on. And let's see. And you can see here, I have a lot of things disconnected. So the reason I do that is for security. So some of this stuff may not run on my machine because I have it locked down fairly well. But anyways, that will open up your connection so you can see. And then here's your network setup wizard. And we'll go ahead and hit that. Okay, that's probably not going to run on mine, but you could. That is a valid command that you can use to get to the network wizard setup. Another way that you could do that is just type that in, and you can. So this is where it would have brought you to go ahead and start setting up your network. So, all right. So let's go back to where we were at here. All right, so test connectivity. So we will ping and now ping is just testing connectivity. So we did get some replies. So that's on the network, or it's out there somewhere, and it's turned on. Basically, is what it's telling you. Another thing that you can do is let's do that again, and okay, so so with these are called switches. We'll talk about those in a minute. But when you put a switch in, like T is means it's just going to ping it forever. So this is a good troubleshooting tool. So like if somebody says they're having network connectivity issues, you could ping their IP address or their website or whatever, and then you could just let this run for as long as you want and go do something else. And then when you come back, then you could scroll back through the logs. Let's see. You could scroll back through the logs and you could see if it ever disconnected and didn't get the reply. And if that happens, then you probably have some sort of connectivity issue on that machine. So then you could start your troubleshooting. Okay, and then to stop that, it's just a Control C. So here we got our statistics. We got 52 cent. We got 52 back. So we're not having any problems, and our times look good on that. So trace route is will trace where you're going to. So if we do like a trace route, and then we'll do. So we just did Walmart, trace route to Walmart, and we're going to see where this takes us and how many hops that it has to get to. So we got it timed out. Okay, so what you're seeing here is the different basically routers that this has to hit to get to the Walmart.com website. So if you had a website that you were trying to reach, you could see where you were having problems at. And you can see like just for troubleshooting. So this went across Brinsman.net and then stayed there until it hit Charter, and then this one, I'm not sure what that one is, and then hit here, and we were at the Walmart. So we had about my router here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 hops to get to Walmart.com, which is, I think, in Alabama or somewhere. Okay, so NetStat. Let's take a look at that one and see what that does. And so NetStat, you can see here you have your protocols, you have your local addresses, you have your any foreign addresses, and the state. So these are established. This one, HTTPS, that one's in a time wait, established time wait. So this is what you get when you type in the NetStat. You're getting kind of the status of the different areas on your network here. Okay, so let's look at ARP. Okay, so when you just type in ARP, you're going to get all the information of the different commands that you could use. So like an ARP -A would display the current ARP entries. So let's run that one. Okay, so there's a little bit of information there. But anyways, so my point is that you can run ARP, and then the main function of ARP is to look at the IP and physical addresses, so you can get those and see what they are. Okay, so let's take a look at host name. So if you don't know the name of your computer, the way you can find it out is you can put in host name and then it'll bring back the name of the computer. So that's the name that I have for mine. Okay, DHCP class information. So when we run that one, you can see that you have a lot of different switches that you can use. So for your IP config, show the class ID, you're going to get all these different commands that you could use. So you would put IP config slash and then like question mark or all, release, renew, flush, and then these over in this column it tells you what it actually does. So so we'll just run a regular IP config. And when you run the IP config, you can see that you're getting information about your machine, the IPv6 and IPv4, the subnet mask, and your default gateways and so forth. So very useful tool in troubleshooting. And we'll do an NS lookup here. All right, so we did the NS lookup, and let's see here. Where are we at? IP config. Okay, so NS lookup was right here, and what's my IP.com, and so the website is this, and the address is here. So that's a way to kind of reverse it and get some information about that. And then the Unix ones, make sure you kind of go through these and you know what these are. They're pretty much, for the most part, they're doing the same type of stuff. They're just the commands are a little different, and it's in Unix and then Linux. So Linux you'll have on the test as well as Windows. So you can see how they're ping. They have -C3, and then so they got a little bit different, but they still have like the ARP, the route, and trace path. We have and trace route and so forth. So there's not too much difference there. So what I'm going to do is put these links in the course page for this week. That way you can reference these. But here's just another one, and it kind of walks you through, and it gives you a good description of what these are doing. So you can see how they use the slashes, like for release, renew, and flush DNS, and then display DNS. And here's your ping, and let's see, they don't have too many of the slashes here, but they're the -T ones that we looked at. It's pretty popular. Your trace route and your netstat, and then netstat A, it displays all the connections and listening ports. Netstat B shows all the executable files and creating connections, and NS lookup. So you can go through and kind of take a look at these, and I have a couple sites here that I'm going to put up there for you to kind of reference, and we'll go over some of the different switches and give you kind of more of a description of what these things do. Okay, one of the other things is this packet tracer. This was asked of me by Casper College to put this in the course. So I'm going to introduce it this week. It's a 10-hour course. It's free, and just a beginning level. It's online, self-paced. You get a badge for doing it. But what you'll get out of this is simulate data interactions traveling through a network, visualize the network in both logical and physical modes, apply skills through practice using labs and Cisco packet activities, and then develop critical thinking and problem skills. So I'll put the link to this in here, and then all you have to do is just sign up and enroll in the course and go ahead and take that, and that should be a good experience for you, and it should help explain a lot of things. Now, a couple other things I wanted to talk about. There's networking tools. So we kind of looked at the DOS-based type tools, which are really good for troubleshooting sometimes. But when you really get into networking, you're going to have things like port scanners and sniffers and things like that. So this is my network right here, and you can see that it shows me the status of everything. It shows me the name of what it is. It shows me the IP address, the manufacturer, the MAC address, and which ports are being used. And then when I select it, it shows me different services and things that are available to it. So this is my smart Wi-Fi router, and it has HTTP, it has a shared folder, it's using all these different ports. Let me see what happens if I click on that. So yeah, this is my network drive that I have, and I do all my backups and so forth here. So yeah, so it can see that, and that's pretty cool. So if I wanted to look at my wireless Joey for my dish, I can see that it's on the IP address, the MAC address, and it's using port 80 and 443. Let's see what else we got here. Nightlight. And this is my voice activated light that I have, and when I go to bed I say good night and it goes off. It turns off the whole house actually. So that's pretty cool. So don't be hacking my 192.168.1.187. Anyway, so that's port scanning, and then there's a lot of different things that you can do with this, and you can you have different icons and all kinds of different things that you can do. So not really going to get into all the advanced settings on this, but this is just called Advanced Port Scanner. It's a free thing you can download on the internet. And then the whole time we've been doing this, I've had my Wireshark running. So I'm capturing from 11 active interfaces right now, and so like if I click on one, then you can see that here it's going to show us a lot of different information about the packets that are going across the network. So now I'll just stop this, and then let's see. Okay, so these are some packet bytes, so you can kind of see what was being included in the packet and so forth. So, and you can see that it's showing the hexadecimal down here, and then it's showing what the characters are. So you could actually, on a clear network, you could probably get you some information. So let's see here. Let's see if we can pick another one. So here we have the destination. So this was coming from a Belkin, and we have a source, which was a Intel Core, and it was over IPv6, Internet version protocol 6. And let's see the payload length. Next header, you can see it's UDP. which is connectionless. And then the hop limit was 64, the source address, the destination address, user datagram protocol. So the source port, the destination port. So this was some sort of HTTP thing, because that's HTTP. 443 is. And it has a checksum, and you could see it's unverified because it was using UDP. So UDP does not verify that it was sent correctly. And then let's see here. So what we got in the timestamps. So basically what we're doing here is we're capturing these different packets and frames and so forth, and you can really go in and really see quite a bit of information. Let's see here okay, so here's the frame with it encrypted, and you can see that it doesn't make a lot of sense. And if I look at it in the decrypted, then we might be able to get some information out of here. So I've seen Google and a couple other things. So, but this is a lot of work working with these. So, but this is Wireshark, and if I close this out here, let's see. So we could see that was over Ethernet, the interface ID. Let's see. So we had 55 bytes on the wire, 55 bytes captured on device, and it's given me probably the MAC address of the device, ID4. So yeah, there's a lot of things that you can do with these, but I just wanted to kind of bring one up and kind of show it to you and see what you thought of it. So anyways, this is Wireshark. It's a free download as well on the internet, so you can download that and play around with it and see what you can do with it. Okay, well, anyways, so that's the Wireshark and the port scanning. So let's talk about real quick about next week. So next week's going to be the midterm, and it's just going to be in Moodle, and I'm going to give you 3 shots at it, and I'll take the highest score, so it'll just be in Moodle. Other than that, I know a couple of you have had problems with labs, and I'm going to do a couple of them and put them up here so you can kind of see how I did it, and we'll go from there. Other than that, if you need anything, reach out to me, and I hope you have a great week. Thank you.